we are kicking things off with big news shaking up the NFL landscape. The Washington Commanders have received some significant updates regarding their roster strategy. Ari Meirov of the 33rd team reported on comments made by San Francisco 49ers general manager John Lynch concerning wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk and the ongoing trade rumors surrounding him. Lynch confirmed that he has been having trade discussions with teams about Aiyuk, but he also acknowledged that it is not a high probability they will find a taker, stating they will see it through the draft or reevaluate later. This news is huge for Washington because if the Niners decide to release Aiyuk, it could provide the Commanders with a soft landing spot for a valuable player as they look to rebuild their skill positions.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This Allen 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
Next up, we dive into the massive movement happening around the San Francisco 49ers. After re-signing 9 players and watching 13 others depart, there are still 9 members of the 2025 roster looking for new opportunities, and we are looking at who is still on the market. We're talking about players like Jennings, who has seen 6 seasons with the team, and Morstead, the Super Bowl champion who has shown incredible punting prowess. We will also examine the status of Farrell, who returned to the 49ers and showed immediate impact in the sack department, and Gross-Matos, who has been contributing to the team's defense. Now, let's talk about the 2026 NFL Draft and what it means for the San Francisco 49ers. There was a moment of surprise when the San Francisco 49ers selected wide receiver Dejon Stribling with the number 33 overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. This selection was jarring because both Indiana WR Omar Cooper and Washington WR Denzel Boston were on the board, and the 49ers opted for a different player. Experts suggest that Stribling was more highly regarded than the public knew, and we look at how head coach Kyle Shanahan and general manager John Lynch built a vision around this versatile receiver, pointing to a complete route tree that made this pick less of a reach than it initially appeared. And finally, we wrap up with what's next for the 49ers in the 2026 draft. We are looking at the rookie roles for the San Francisco 49ers picks in the upcoming draft, and we have a lot of analysis on what these selections could mean for the team's future. Don't miss a second of this action and stay locked in with us for all the breaking NFL news. The Washington Commanders have received encouraging news regarding wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk amid ongoing trade rumors swirling around the player. Ari Meirov of the 33rd team reported on comments made by San Francisco 49ers general manager John Lynch concerning discussions with other teams for Aiyuk. Lynch acknowledged trade talks, but indicated that finding a taker for the receiver was not a high probability, stating, "We'll see it through the draft. If something happens, great. If not, we'll reevaluate after." Meirov further confirmed that Lynch suggested Aiyuk has more than likely played his final snap with the organization. This development is viewed positively by Washington, as a release from the 49ers could provide the Commanders with a potential soft landing spot for Aiyuk on a value-based deal. Market projections for Aiyuk place his 1-year contract value at just over $12 million, following a previous cancellation of guaranteed money in 2026 due to a knee injury and subsequent issues with the 49ers rehabilitation process. The 2023 second-team All-Pro receiver had amassed 294 catches, 4,305 yards, and 25 touchdowns across 69 career games. If the 49ers fail to secure a trade partner for Aiyuk before or during the upcoming draft, Washington could potentially secure him in free agency. While Aiyuk might not be a long-term solution, his presence could buy the Commanders time to rebuild their roster entering the 2025 campaign. In terms of the draft, the Commanders hold the number 7 and number 71 picks in rounds 1 and 3, respectively. Todd McShay of The Ringer indicated that if linebacker Sonny Styles is available, Dan Quinn reportedly views him as a prime target for the Commanders. McShay also suggested that if running back Jeremiah Love is on the board, Styles could be an even stronger prospect. Should the Commanders select Styles at the number 7 pick, they could pivot to drafting a rookie wideout to complement Terry McLaurin. Additionally, the team has significant needs at cornerback, with LSU defensive back Mansour Delane noted as a potential target. The San Francisco 49ers are still looking to add talent to their roster, with 9 players remaining on the free agent market following off-season signings and departures. This group represents players who are currently seeking new opportunities but could potentially return to the team. The list of potential additions includes several experienced players. Jennings, who spent 6 seasons with the franchise after being drafted in the 7th round of the 2020 NFL Draft out of Tennessee, remains on the market. Jennings has accumulated 210 receptions for 2,581 yards and 22 touchdowns throughout his career, notably serving as the team's top wideout last year. Morstead is another name on the list. After stints with the New Orleans Saints, New York Jets, Atlanta Falcons, and Miami Dolphins, the Super Bowl champion averaged 43.6 yards per punt last season and set a career high with 50% of his punts downed inside the 20-yard line. Farrell returned to San Francisco midway through the 2025 season, achieving a standout performance in just 8 games by tying for the team lead in sacks with 4. Gross-Matos signed a 2-year deal in 2024 after beginning his NFL career with the Carolina Panthers, contributing 27 tackles and 4 sacks in 19 appearances. Other players on the market include Givens, signed as an undrafted free agent out of Penn State in 2019, who spent 7 seasons with the team recording 92 tackles and 8 sacks. Kendricks joined the 49ers late in the 2025 season after previous stops with the Minnesota Vikings, Los Angeles Chargers, and Dallas Cowboys. Despite limited regular season appearances, he recorded 19 tackles in postseason games. While the team signed a former Los Angeles Rams 6th-round pick last offseason, Tomlinson's 2025 campaign was cut short by an injury in May. Jackson was on the practice squad and reserve futures contract, but suffered a season-ending neck injury in July. Taylor, who began his career with the 49ers, returned for his final 2 seasons after playing with the Cincinnati Bengals and Chicago Bears. He logged 43 games with the team, recording 80 receptions for 742 yards and 3 touchdowns before missing the entire last season due to a back injury. The San Francisco 49ers selection of wide receiver Dejon Stribling with the number 33 overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft has sparked debate regarding whether it was an overreach, according to recent analysis. The move came after the team bypassed other wide receiver options, including Indiana WR Omar Cooper and Washington WR Denzel Boston, both of whom were considered viable targets. This decision to select a previously off-the-radar player was described as jarring by some observers. Sports Illustrated writer Albert Breer suggested the selection was not a genuine shock. Breer indicated he sensed Stribling was slated for an early 2nd-round pick, despite a lack of widespread pre-draft chatter. He noted that Stribling was more highly regarded internally than the public perceived, contrasting this with selections like Malachi Lawrence, who became a popular first-round prospect before going to the Cowboys at number 23 overall. Breer detailed the rationale behind the 49ers' decision, emphasizing head coach Kyle Shanahan's clear vision for the player's role at pick 33. According to Breer, the team identified Stribling based on several factors: his 4.36 combined performance, his strong playoff performance, positive input from former Ole Miss coach Lane Kiffin, and the recognition from offensive coordinator Charlie Ways Jr. of a special talent. Further analysis of his tape from Oklahoma State and Washington State highlighted versatile route running, particularly in the screen game. Breer concluded that Stribling's versatility, including running blocks like a tight end and possessing intangible qualities, made him the ideal fit for the team, aligning with the needs of Shanahan and general manager John Lynch. As more details emerge about Stribling, the narrative surrounding the selection is shifting, making it increasingly difficult to categorize the pick as a reach, despite initial public skepticism. The San Francisco 49ers are gearing up for the 2026 NFL Draft, and speculation is mounting regarding the rookie roles that will be assigned to their incoming picks. Coverage from WWLTV.com is highlighting the upcoming draft and the potential impact of these rookie selections on the team's future. Fans and analysts are keenly watching to see which players will step into key positions and how they will integrate into the team's established structure. Further details regarding the specific roles for the 2026 draft picks are expected to emerge as the draft approaches.